Good evening, my dear kids. One more time, welcome to the world of science. Okay, this is Mithun Raj signing in from this part of the world, your science teacher. And you all know that we were discussing about the second chapter of 10th standard science. It's a part from chemistry, an easy chapter, an interesting chapter, acid, bases, and salts. So I hope that all of you are completing the works which I am giving on time. I hope. I hope most of you already completed, but I feel like some of you are not following all those things. So in this corona situation, the teachers and the staffs and everybody cannot make it that much strict, okay? Because less few students are coming to the school due to this situation, okay? So whatever works which I am giving, try to finish it in time, okay? Painting works means not a good thing. It's a sign of a very bad student, okay? So directly I cannot come there and check. So if you fool me once, it's shame on me. But if you fool me twice, it's shame on you. Okay? Just imagine, you would like to make shame on you. Anyway, most of you are good students and you are completing depending works and all. Okay, because that notes, especially that notes which I am giving, it is already like a question bank. Okay, if you study each and every part from that notes, there is no other questions which will ask from those chapters. Okay, only some application level numericals are there which we will practice at the end of the sessions, and during revision classes we will practice that. Okay, otherwise if you are taking too much time for numericals now, our syllabus won't be finished. So this is the fifth chapter, fifth or fourth chapter, I think, fourth chapter. Maybe within this week we will finish this one and we will start the next chapter of biology. So acid, bases and salts. I think that some of you, not most of you, are now very much familiar with acid, bases and the salt. The salt part we didn't start it, but in future classes I think that this chapter will be a very easy chapter for you. Okay, it is not a difficult chapter. It is very easy to score full marks regarding this chapter. And when I am telling a chapter is very easy to score full marks, concentrate more on those chapters. Okay, that chapters will increase your score more. I know that science is not an easy subject like other English, Hindi or social science, but you need that concept first. Okay, continuous revision can only make science perfect and easy, and if you are not doing the works and all, it will be very difficult for you. Okay, I hope all of you are completed the works. Anyway, I will find a solution to check whether it is done or not. So we were talking about acid, bases and salts. Let's begin a quick revision. You know what is acid? What are acids? Acids Okay, chemical agents which releases hydrogen ions are called as acids. Okay, and whenever acid is behaving like an acid, it requires water. Okay, whenever it is reacting with metals also, it will give these hydrogen ions, but in the presence of water only it will happen. Okay, if there is no water, acid won't show anything. It won't show that property. You already know that property is sour to taste. It changes the color of the litmus paper to red. Base, it accepts hydrogen ion. Okay, accept hydrogen ion from another substances. That means in the case of acid, hydrogen is formed. In the case of base, hydroxides are formed. Hydroxide, that we will discuss after. In the base section we didn't start it. The main base section, that also we will try to go through this part of the video log. Properties of bases also, bitter to taste, and they change the color of litmus paper into blue. Indicators, you already know indicators. Okay, some of the important indicators or synthetic indicators are these litmus paper, phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Here it is given as natural indicators, litmus paper. Actually, litmus paper we can make it in lab, but the agents which we use to make litmus paper, that agents are natural. Mostly we are using a particular type of algae, and algae are organic. That's why we are telling it as natural indicators. Okay, chemical indicators are also there. Litmus paper we can make it chemically also. It can be synthetic indicator and also natural indicators. But in most of the cases, litmus papers are natural indicators. Okay, some examples also is already given in that note. Just go through it, you will understand. These are some application level questions from this chapter. During revision time, we will cross it. Anyway, during classes also, I will try to cover maximum asked questions. Before asked questions, I will try to cover. Otherwise, it won't be that much interesting for you. Simply studying the theories and all does not make science interesting. We need to know what are the applications also of all those things which we are studying. That is the main part regarding science. Some simple experiments we studied. Another lemon, citric acid, example for acid. Olfactory indicators, already you studied that, which changes its smell or odor. Odor and smell means same. Okay, olfactory means something related to smell or odor. When in Van Lack-Lau's principle of olfactory indicators also you studied. Which part we are discussing? We were discussing about that calcium carbonate or calcium hydroxide, isn't it? Isn't this one? No, not this one. Okay. So, what is happening here? That means metal carbonates, for example, sodium carbonate reaction with dilute hydrochloric acid forms sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Already we know that, but in this case, we need to understand carbon dioxide is the gas or not. We need to make it 100% sure. For that, we can conduct a simple experiment. Just pass the gas evolved through lime water or calcium hydroxide solution. You already studied this experiment in the first chapter. What will happen? Just pass that carbon dioxide through lime water. It turns the precipitation milky or white in color. And what is that precipitate now? Now it is called as calcium carbonate. Understand? Calcium carbonate or CaCO3. But what will happen if you are continuously passing this carbon dioxide through this white precipitate? After some time, we can see that white color of that solution is changed. It again become colorless. Okay. Why? Because this calcium carbonate already we got calcium carbonate. It also has water in it and excess carbon dioxide. What is formed? Calcium bicarbonate is formed, which is colorless. Okay. That is also simple equations. You must study these equations as it is. Understand? You must study it. Why I am saying? Because mostly 3 mark questions comes combinedly from the first chapter and second chapter. Understand? Combinedly. And these equations is from this chapter, but in that question, one more question they will add, balance the equation. Mostly balance the equation is a 2 mark question, but this application level when it comes, maybe it can be 3 mark or 4 mark question. So balancing also you must know. The best thing you can do is balance every equation you are writing. Okay, balance every equation. There is not hundreds of equations in our chemistry textbook. Only a few equations are there, like 15-20 equations are there total. Study it all and balance it all, so that you can score full marks in this portion. So let us move. So this is the equation how metals react with, metal carbonates react with acids. Okay, metal carbonates or hydrogen carbonates react with acid to get water, means hydrogen is evolved, carbon dioxide and salt. Okay, simple definition, by heart it as it is. Direct questions will come regarding this one. This is an interesting what is this? This is an interesting experiment to see whether neutralization is happening or not. You studied neutralization. Can you see the entire screen? I hope you cannot see, isn't it? I will make it a bit more visible. Okay, wait 1 second, wait 1 second. Okay, now I think it is fine, isn't it? Okay, fine. See, here what we are doing, we already studied about phenolphthalein, it's an indicator. Okay, today this class we will discuss about neutralization and we will finish it. What is neutralization? It's a simple thing, 2-mark question. So here we have 2 ml or milli of dilute NaOH sodium hydroxide. It is a base. Okay, it is a base, but dilute NaOH means it is not a strong base. You want to take it into a test tube and we want to add 2 drops of phenolphthalein. You already studied phenolphthalein is a synthetic indicator, and when we add phenolphthalein to base, which color it will give? It will give that pink color. Okay, that is the property of phenolphthalein. Whenever we add phenolphthalein to bases, the entire solution becomes pink in color. It's in matter of seconds. Within 1 second, the entire solution will change into pink. Okay. So when it changes to pink, we can conclude that the solution we have, it is a base. Isn't it? So let us see what is neutralization. So when dilute hydrochloric acid solution, you already studied when acid and base is mixed together, what will happen? Neutralization reaction will occur. For example, acid and bases are equal and opposite to each other. Okay, if you are taking a dilute acid and dilute base and we are adding or mixing with each other, for example, equal concentration of NaOH solution and equal concentration of hydrochloric acid solution, if we add it together, neutralization reaction will occur. Okay, let us see what happens to the color of that indicator. So when dilute hydrochloric acid solution is added into the solution, what will happen? We are not entirely adding the acid solution. Okay, we are adding it drop by drop, not drop by drop. No, completely we are not adding. In a fewer amount we are adding it. Small amount we are adding this hydrochloric acid solution. So slowly we can see that the color of the solution is fading away. Understand? Because phenolphthalein gives pink color. Why I am telling this much? Because you want to know what is neutralization reaction. In which part or which position neutralization reaction is occurring, that point you must understand. Simply by adding lots of acid and lots of base, we cannot say it is a neutralized reaction. Understand? Equal amount of base and acid must be there. That's why you are using this phenolphthalein as an indicator. Okay, when the solution's color become colorless, at that portion, at that part, the volume of acid and volume of base is equal. Understand? At that time, if we dip that litmus paper, it won't change its color because it's a neutral solution now. Because the volume of base and volume of acid is equal. So what will happen if we add excess of hydrochloric acid into this NaOH solution? The color of the solution remains colorless. Understand? First we add phenolphthalein into the basic solution, so the color will be changed into pink color. Now we are slowly adding acid into it. So what will happen? The color of the solution becomes pink in color. Okay? No, sorry. If you add acid into it, slowly the color will fade and the solution will become colorless. Okay? And in that particular point, we are again adding this NaOH solution. Then what will happen? Again the color will come. Means now the medium is basic in nature. Understood? The medium is basic in nature. Whenever phenolphthalein is present in a basic solution and we are adding this acid, if the solution's color remains pink in color, then we can conclude that the particular solution is basic in nature. and at the current point where the color entirely disappears, stop so pouring this acid into it. That particular time it is called as the neutralization occurred. We can say it is in the state of equilibrium. Equilibrium and all you are not studying in this chapter anyway. It's higher studies. So at particular point it is equilibrium, and if we add excess of hydrochloric acid into it, the solution will be acidic in nature. See, HCl being a strong acid will neutralize NaOH. At that point of neutralization, the color of the solution will become colorless. That solution will become colorless. If few drops more NaOH is added again, the same solution, the solution became basic and the pink color again will reappear. It is a very interesting experiment. In lab we can do that. It will be very interesting to see. In matter of seconds, within milliseconds, the color disappears and the color reappears. Okay, just one drop is enough. Understand? Just one drop excess NaOH is added means again the solution becomes pink in color. Again, if we add one drop of hydrochloric acid means again it will become colorless. It's a very good example for neutralization reaction. So this is phenolphthalein mostly. Mostly it is coming in this particular can, but in lab you will be given these like droplets, okay, eye drops like that. From that, in different labs you have different types of can for that. Okay, anyway, phenolphthalein, this spelling you must understand. It is a twisty spelling, PHENOLPHTHALEIN, but the pronunciation is phenolphthalein. Okay, it is a synthetic what? It's a synthetic indicator. So see, this is neutralization reaction. One mark question. You must write the equation also to get the entire 1 mark. If example is asked, you can write the example. Even if it is not asked also, just write the example, no problem. It's a good impression. Okay. So what is neutralization reaction? That is today's class. Acid reacts with bases to produce salt and water. That is called as neutralization reaction. Okay, that is an important part in this chapter. Okay. This entire class will be regarding neutralization reaction. See, acid plus base gives salt plus water. Water also is produced during that. Water means this hydrogen is released. Isn't it? See, NaOH plus HCl. NaOH is a base. HCl is an acid. Gives NaCl, sodium chloride, the common salt we are using, and water. This is the neutralization reaction. Okay. Acid react with base to produce salt and water is called as neutralization reaction. Acid react with metal oxide to form salt and water. That is not neutralization reaction. Okay? Because in that case, the salt, the nature of that salt is also acidic in nature. Understand? The nature of that salt produced is also acidic in nature. But in this case, NaCl is a neutral salt. It's a bit more acidity or basicity will come regarding the standard of the reaction. But mostly NaCl is neutral. Okay, mostly neutral. Let's see. Again, what is marble? Calcium hydroxide. Okay, a student dropped a few marble pieces in the same experiment. HCl contained a test tube. The evolved gas was passed to lime water. What will happen? It will change milk. The same experiment you already studied. Oh, this is about balance chemical equation. You want to balance this chemical equation. Okay, just take this screenshot of this. I think it is balanced, isn't it? No, it is not balanced. Yes, it is balanced. Hydrogen 2, oxygen 4, carbon 1, calcium. It is already balanced. The question in the textbook was to balance that particular equation that we already done before. What is this? Copper oxide in a beaker and dilute hydrolysis slowly. Okay, this part we will study in next class. Okay, today only that neutralization reaction. Okay, anyway, it's Monday. Last 2 days you are having a lots of work to do. so I am not wasting or killing your time. So only neutralization reaction we will study about today. This is regarding the properties of acid which comes with different types of metals. Application questions are there regarding that. Will take more time. So that's it for today. Today's main part is neutralization reaction. Okay, just study that one example. With that example of phenolphthalein added to basic solution, and after that we are adding hydrochloric acid into it slowly. So at a particular point the color of the solution become colorless. That time we can say it is 100% neutralization reaction. If we add again acid, the solution will become acidic in nature. Or if we add excess of base into it, that solution change into basic in nature, and the color will again become pink in color. Okay, that pink color, just keep it in mind, just screw it inside your mind. It's because of the presence of phenolphthalein in that solution. Okay, phenolphthalein does not change the physical or chemical property of base. Okay, it's only an indicator. It only changes the color of the solution. The nature of the solution will remains basic in nature. Okay, when we add acid into it, then after the particular point it will become acidic in nature. Okay, that's about today's class, my dear kids. All of you are doing all the works and all very well. Okay, stay at home. Coming outside, wear a mask and all. Hygiene is the main thing. Nowadays, nobody will care about this coronavirus, but it is not a good thing to get affected by this virus. So be safe. Okay, be safe and be healthy. Bye, my dear kids. Dundrai signing off from this part of the world. See you soon with the next class regarding the application of some of these concepts we studied in this chapter. Till then, bye bye and Jai Hind.